No person shall be held to answer for a capital
or otherwise infamous crime unless
on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury,
except in cases arising in the land or naval forces,
or in the militia,
when in actual service in time of war or public danger.
There's a lot going on in the Fifth Amendment. Most of what's going on in the Fifth Amendment does relate to the fundamental legal rights of people accused of crimes. But the Fifth Amendment goes beyond merely the rights of people accused of a crime. It really does go to equal protection under the laws.
Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy
of life or limb.
Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself.
The thing people think of the most often when they think about the Fifth Amendment is this idea of taking the Fifth or pleading the Fifth, which is when the government asks you questions and you don't want to answer them. So the right to remain silent that we think about in the Miranda case. That's when the police arrest you and they say, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property
without due process of law.
Without due process of law.
If I had to pick one single big idea in the Fifth Amendment, I think the idea would be the jury. What's the idea behind double jeopardy? That if a jury acquits you, if they basically say you deserve to go free, the government can't go after you again. The words due process also appear in the Fifth Amendment. And what was the core idea of due process? Juries, indictment and presentment by good and lawful men.
Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation.
Without just compensation.
The rest of the amendment is speaking of criminal charges and grand juries, double jeopardy and such, and yet at the last part, the last sentence speaks to the takings clause. The government can take private property if it is being taken for the enjoyment and use of the general public, and then a certain amount of compensation is to be given. So it was almost as though the framers were trying to figure out, where should we place this? It doesn't really fit anywhere, but we're going to put it here because it's important for us to understand that you have a protection against this as well. That it was an individual right that you had to have property, but there are certain instances in which you're going to have that right, tread upon by the government. And here is how it can be done.